19 years ago, the Mark IV British tank Deborah was unearthed close to the village of Flequières in northern France. After being displaced for 17 years in a barn in the village, Deborah has now been moved to a new museum as a centerpiece of the Cambrai Tank 1917. 2009 you come here every year?
Yes. Although it's sad to see the tank move from the barn because we have quite an emotional attachment to that, I think it's very good that it's going to be in the museum so that more people can have access and see it and perhaps get an idea of what it must have been like in the war and in a tank.
We came in 2008 and so we saw Deborah in the barn, and then we came to the cemetery and we saw the headstones, and we all started thinking it would be very nice to try to find the families.
I've always been interested in the First World War, and I think a lot of people in Britain have family awareness, involvement, and so there's this deep fascination, a horror and a fascination with what happened here and what led to the deaths of so many people. So I had this background interest, but it was really seeing Deborah and coming, I say, face to face with Deborah for the first time, which really triggered that particular interest in tanks and in the Battle of Cambrai.
The Battle of Cambrai is so important. What is the important fact about the Battle of Cambrai?
Well, it's not overstating it to say that the Battle of Cambrai, and particularly the first day, was a turning point in the history of warfare, because it was the first time that the tank had been used effectively in a way that really showed what it could do and what it could achieve. Tanks had been used for just over a year before that by the British and by the French, but they'd been used in a very piecemeal fashion, and more importantly they'd been sent in after an artillery bombardment. So the Germans knew what was coming and the ground was churned up by prolonged artillery fire, so the tanks just got stuck in the war.
Okay, and Deborah, is it today the only casualty, one of the casualties remaining that you can see?
As far as we know, Deborah is the only tank that took part in the Battle of Cambrai that still exists, for sure. So it truly is its history in metal, and its history also in human form, because of our work has been to study the crew and to find out about the people who were inside the tank, and also the people who were fighting against it as well. So very much a human story as well as a story of engineering.
What do you feel like today?
I feel very, very pleased, very proud that finally Deborah has found a proper permanent home.
And now Deborah is in the museum, but I think you've been part of the story as well.
I feel that we have contributed a lot to the story, because of course with no Deborah, if Philippe hadn't discovered Deborah, then there would be no story to tell. But having done that, and he'd done this marvellous work of finding and recovering Deborah, but then it's also about the people, and what we did really was to almost to put